Inside IT Automation, a ScriptRunner production.
Yeah, so here we are, another Inside IT Automation episode from PSConfEU in Antwerp with Harm Veenstra.
Yes.
Happy to have you here.
Happy to see you again.
To talk about PowerShell, obviously. So how's the conference for you so far?
It's my first year,
okay,
and I really like it because these are my people.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah,
sessions are great. The venue is great,
yeah,
and the community dinner last night was excellent.
Yeah,
yep.
Food, everything nice.
Location, yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as you are a first timer, what's the highlight so far? Are there too many to mention?
More or less socializing part. I actually get to see the people that are usually watched on YouTube or read things from. I actually got to see and speak to them, and it's great. Yeah.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your background maybe and how you started using PowerShell.
Well, my background started as most IT people start as a help desk, service desk employee.
Okay.
So that was my first thing that I did at a big insurance company in the Netherlands. And from there I grew to be workplace network system engineer, security. And in all the other jobs afterwards, I started scripting more and more and more, but with batch, CMD, no VB script.
Okay.
And when Monad arrived, that was my first PowerShell encounter. And
so you were already in the game when it still was called Monad. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Early adapter, so to speak.
I'm that old.
Experienced.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you along the way, all versions you were using.
Yeah, all versions. PowerShell 6 not that much because that was the first open source one.
Yeah.
But it's mostly 5 and now only 7.
Okay. And is there any standout project where you say, I use PowerShell for something specific and this was the coolest project ever? Is there something like this?
Personal projects, work projects.
YouTube's.
Can be anything. Well, automation of user accounts, the most tiresome thing that you have to do in the company, creating new accounts, but completely automating that, including the exchange permissions, the copying of shared mailboxes.
Okay.
One stop. Does it all script? Yeah.
Okay. So that's let's say a serious project.
Yeah.
Also fun project with PowerShell.
More fun projects would be developing code in a Windows sandbox automatically.
Okay.
Starting Visual Studio Code, starting a sandbox, connecting to deploying your scripts in it.
Okay.
More of the automation of the automation part.
Any specific challenges you ran into you had to solve when you did that?
Getting to know the IP address of your Windows sandbox because you have like no idea which one it will be, and actually deploying and connecting your Visual Studio Code without any user interaction, making it as seamless as possible. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a.
Well, you should use it.
Challenge.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. As you know, I'm still very much using ISE. Well, anyway, let's move on to the next topic. And then at one point you started to create a blog.
Yep.
Right?
That was
How crazy is that?
Yeah, it was like a hobby thing. I did try it earlier. The website's name was Just Another IT Guy.
Okay.
It's not there anymore.
Okay.
But that was my first try. And then I thought, well, I like PowerShell that much. Let's just start a blog about it. And my first few blogs were more fun than serious. And
I see where you're going.
Yeah. But if I look back at them and I think, okay, those things were. I improved the whole writing part, the whole cosmetic part of my website. It's so much better than like 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so now it's called
PowerShellIsFun.com.
So it obviously the link will be in the description of the video.
Yeah.
And to me, it looks like you're posting weekly.
Yeah, I did.
Right?
I did do it twice a week, but that's too much to write good content.
Yeah.
So it's weekly now.
Okay. And how do you find new topics, new ideas?
Like I told you yesterday, strange enough, under the shower.
Okay.
And whenever I'm doing stuff at work, I think, I should share this because I know this, but it's more beneficial that other people also know it, write a blog about it.
Which is basically the idea of the community, right? Giving back, sharing the information.
Yeah.
Right, and that obviously was so good that something happened this year, right?
Something did happen this year. Since March this year, I'm a Microsoft MVP in PowerShell, and there are not that many of those.
Congratulations! I didn't even know. Does this category still exist, or exists again?
I think it was not there, or was in Data Center Cloud, and now it's in the Azure section of the Microsoft MVP program, and there are only like 4 of them in the Netherlands.
Wow!
67.
Congratulations! This is really cool. So it paid off, right?
It paid off. All the community things that I do, the blog writing that I do, being with you.
But so, I mean, I think I find this really inspiring because, I mean, it didn't really take you such a long time to become an MVP because of the blog. And other things, right? You're also contributing to other forums and things like that.
Microsoft Tech Community, like a lot.
Okay.
Experts Exchange also now.
Okay.
I'm not doing Stack Overflow.
Okay.
You can't do them all, I guess. But
yeah.
You have to contribute on a whole lot of things. And for me, it's not like a task. It's just fun and something that you do.
So I think this is because I wanted to ask you that, like, if someone is, thinking about, I would like to become an MVP. So, what would you recommend? What to do? How to start?
Start by not making it your target. Just do things for the community. Write blogs. Do events. I'm not even doing speaker sessions yet. But I will. But and things will be. It will come to you eventually. Another MVP or somebody from Microsoft has to sign you up for the program, and then you have to show all the things that you did in the past few years.
Okay. And this process took how long?
For me, it took exceptionally long because I was nominated in August last year, and they changed the MVP program during October, November, and it got postponed again and again and again, and so March. So it normally does not take that long.
But so I think what you mentioned is, I think, really important, not to make it a task, and because still having, I guess you need to have a passion for something, and having fun doing it, and not looking at it like, okay, it's work. Okay, I have to do another blog post. Oh my God!
Or making it your top priority. I want to be an MVP, and I'll do anything for it. You have to do the things because you love doing them, and you want to give back to the community. So this is like the cherry on the cake. If that's a German expression too.
I think so, but who cares?
Kirsche on the...
The Kirsche auf der Torte? Yeah, exactly. No. Okay, a little language lesson here, So how is the Netherlands, the Dutch PowerShell user group? Is it pretty active? Do they have...
It was not that active anymore, but we are trying to do a session probably at my work location somewhere in September.
Okay.
I already talked to Jaap Brasser about it.
Okay. So who is here as well? So
yeah. And the other PowerShell community, well, like Azure platform engineers or workplace dudes, they all share PowerShell because you need PowerShell in a lot of topics.
You need to, right?
Yeah. But the Dutch PowerShell user group, it should be more active, I guess. If I look at the website, it needs some love too.
Yeah, maybe it could be a task for you.
It might be,
yeah. So what do you think about that on the first day during the opening session, they did this live survey where they asked, are you using Windows PowerShell? Using Windows PowerShell 7, which was kind of almost even?
Yeah, it's almost like 50%.
Yeah. So what is your experience? Are you more into PowerShell 7, Windows PowerShell, or depends on the customer and what they allow?
Depends on the customer's environment, what they allow. Obviously, so usually 5 is no problem. But I prefer to use 7 because it has more features. But I do understand that it's not possible on every server or every client system that you would want it to be on.
So so you're still using both. It's now new features. What would be the key features you think where PowerShell 7 stands out compared to Windows PowerShell?
PowerShell 7 at itself, because it's based on .NET
Core.
And there are newer versions running on PowerShell 7 of .NET, and it's just faster.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use the specific added value of PowerShell 7, it'll be faster. Especially when you do things like event log retrieval, which I do like security logs. PowerShell 7 is so much faster. Yeah. It's like a no-brainer in actually using it. But
And you're not even talking about for each parallel. It's PowerShell 7 in its core is faster. Yeah. And did you already also contribute something to PowerShell as it now it's open source?
No, but I could, and it could be, and that's what other guys also say, even if you contribute something to the READMEs, the documentation, you might think that's not enough, but everything helps. Yeah. So why not?
Yeah, I think because especially documentation is important,
it's
right?
the most boring part,
but
it is pretty important. So you can even contribute to that. You don't have to be like an advanced script writer to be able to contribute. You can do anything.
Yeah. Which is also, I think, a good tip for people who want to become part of the active part of the community, and not just consuming, but doing something actively. So
you don't have to think that you have to make a big contribution to be helpful. It could be anything.
Yeah. And I think it was also mentioned on Monday, like how many contributions of 10,000 something, I think.
Yeah, they had some numbers on
so
screen. It was like a lot.
This was pretty impressive, I have to say. Yeah. And I think they also, you can find them on GitHub. There's GitHub PowerShell, and then you find it there. So as you mentioned, you have not been speaking publicly, but you're thinking about, is there anything that can be, you already have in mind where you
I might have one or two topics which I could use to do a session, but I think the thing that's holding me back is, the knowledge that I have is probably already known. But you'll be surprised.
That's what everybody thinks, and keeping people from not doing talks because they think exactly that. But I think that's not true, because you always have a different perspective on, maybe it's even the same topic. You might have a different view on things and different way of solving something, because it's PowerShell. I mean, there is typically no right or wrong. It's just different, right? Yeah. So
I had a discussion with somebody yesterday, and he also told me the things that you write in your blog, I sometimes skip them because I read the first few lines. I already know this, and then I start reading them, and
I didn't know that. Right? Yeah. So there's always
a different perspective.
Yeah, exactly, and different ways to learn. I think it's the same like here with the sessions. Even though you think, oh, this is a topic, when I read the headlines, like, oh yes, but then you go in here and I didn't know that. It's a little trick that might save time.
Yeah, everybody does their things on their way, which could help you because you do it completely different or perhaps even inefficiently.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess you will be back at PSConf next year,
I hope
for sure, right?
Yeah. My company will still pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It is a 4-day event. It's not like a cheap event, but
that's true.
It's worth anything.
Yeah, it's really worth it. I would say so too. Yeah, and so maybe we will also invite you to our PowerShell user group Rhein-Neckar in Germany, which we run online at the moment. Okay. So that might be something you want to consider.
Come to Germany. It's no problem.
That could be another possibility. Okay. Sure.
Is it only like an online? Do you have
right now? Yes. Well, we started it. Ryan and I, we started it in 2019 in person. Then something happened, and then we stopped, and then we restarted it last year online only. We are thinking about doing it hybrid, but that is always a hassle with the technology, making sure that people that are on site and the people that are online, there's some engagement going on. So I guess we will either do it on-prem, did I say on-prem? Yeah. I did, in person, or online only, which has the advantage, like, okay, we can have speakers from all over the world joining with no problem. So we had Jeff Hicks, for example, so that's of course the easy part, but the interaction is another thing. So we actually, maybe that would be a good idea for you to come to our place, because we're thinking about having a little summer come together. So no session, just meeting somewhere with the community and and communicate.
More of a social event.
Yeah, talk about PowerShell, and I'll let you know.
All right.
And I'll let you know as well when it's going to happen. Yeah.
Yep.
So any future projects that you are able to talk about, what you're going to do with PowerShell in the next weeks or months?
Perhaps, but I can't tell you all the things.
You have to kill me if you tell me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called an NDA, but
that doesn't sound too dramatic. The killing part is more.
No, but the most things in a PowerShell community or world, even for an MVP, it's open source. Yeah. So you already know a lot of things, but I can also see a lot of different products approaches coming in the next few months, which I can't discuss.
Of course.
But I can enable them with PowerShell.
Okay, cool. Talking of new things, so what is your take on AI?
Personally?
Of course, personally.
I don't use it.
Amazing. When you told me that, I was like, and then I asked you why, and your answer is?
Well, I want to do and learn things myself.
Yeah.
You can use AI as an assistant. I would rather use it for my email, just summarize my email, those kinds of things, but not like write me a script.
Okay.
Because it's like really generic code.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand the created code that you got from AI, then you're probably not the person to run it.
Yeah, because you cannot judge if it does it think correctly. Is it optimized?
Yeah.
Interesting take, because I mean everyone talks about I'm doing with AI. Well, I'm doing a lot of things with AI as well. PowerShell stuff as well as music, as you know. But because everyone says yes, I'm using AI to do this and to do this. You're the first one who's saying no, I'm not using it in this part. Yeah. For a good reason. So your learning process is like still going on here, and not just consuming something that comes out of a large language model. Yeah, but if you look at my blog articles, most of the things that I write about, I learn at that moment when I write about it. So for me, it's like a learning journey. And if I like shorten it by using AI, you're missing out on important part. On the learning process, yeah. Interesting take, and I totally get it. So this is really fascinating, because you're the first one that said, no, no, I don't use it. Yeah. And it's for a very good reason. I like that. I guess that's why you have all this success with your blog. I mean, because it's not generic. It comes from you. It comes from your experience. And it's come from real life experiences. So. Awesome. So Harm, thanks a lot for being here. It was great talking to you, and I guess probably we'll end up at the same place tonight to have maybe a little drink. Yeah, a few little drinks. Water. Okay. So again, thanks for coming by. Thanks for taking the time. It was great talking to you. See you next time. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye. Bye.